While it is good to measure yourself in both life and business, measuring yourself incorrectly can be detrimental. Let's get into it. Greetings all and welcome to The Pivot Point. I'm Tyron. Sometimes we lose sight and we lose perspective when we're comparing ourselves. And I don't just mean when we compare ourselves to others, I also mean when we compare who we are now to who we were in the past. That can also give us undesired results. I learned this lesson firsthand in 2016 when a life-changing trauma resulted in me not only being on the brink of death, but also being paralyzed from the waist down. After spending 7 weeks in ICU, I was finally discharged to a general ward. At that stage, I was so weak that I could not sit up by myself. I remember one evening, one of the gentlemen I shared the ward with was sitting on the edge of his bed eating his meal on a tray in front of him. I remember a tear running down my face when I thought, I wish I could do that. I wish I could be like him. I wish I was like him. The next morning, I awoke and saw that his bed had been cleared out. I asked the nurse if he was lucky enough to have been discharged that morning, and she informed me, no. He had actually passed away in the middle of the night. Suddenly, his life did not look so glamorous, and my life did not look so bad. We as people often look at others and want what they have. However, we don't see the full picture. We don't know what is under the facade. By now, we should know not to believe everything we see on social media. I know for a fact that my social media does not document all the negative things that I go through. Yet, I am still tempted to believe what I am shown on other people's social media. What we are comparing may not always be what is important, as we don't see the entire picture. In business, we often look at the bottom line. How much profit did our competitors make in the last financial year? In trying to catch up with our competitors, we can often lose sight of the grand picture. Yes, we focus on the profits, but what we don't see could be detrimental as well. What if those profits were made through nefarious means, and that large fines were soon coming our competitors' way? We're focusing on the wrong things and need to focus on the whole picture. In the same way that comparing yourself to competitors can be detrimental, there is a risk in a comparison to your former self when you're focusing on the wrong criteria. Like a bodybuilder, after taking a break from training, coming back and trying to lift the exact same weight as what they left on, they would inevitably fail. This year, very few businesses other than Zoom and the like will be reaching their goals as far as profits are concerned. If it is your intention to measure your progress on the amount of profit you have made over the last financial year compared to the previous one, you may be seeing your business as failing. But maybe that should not be the criteria right now. If your business is able to weather the storm and go through this process without going into retrenchments or retrenching as few people as possible, that should be seen as a win right now. If I focused on the fact that I cannot walk anymore, and that was my only criteria, that would mean that every day for the last 4 years has been an utter failure, because I still cannot walk after 4 years. But if I look at other criteria, if I look at my happiness, the goals that I've set for myself and achieved, the skills that I've developed in myself, and my overall well-being, then the last 4 years have been the best 4 years of my life. Be careful which criteria you use when you compare your life and your business. If you've liked this video, subscribe for future content. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.